Welcome to my first video with History Talks from Learn to Love History, and today we're going to be talking about historical fiction and how it can help us become inspired to find various topics to study to learn more about history. So if you enjoy this video and want to see more History Talks, please subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any new videos. And let's get started. So the 5 research tools we're going to talk about today deal with chronology, historical memory, interpretation, symbolism, and historical lore versus historical authenticity. And as far as historical fiction goes, there are a variety of formats that you'll find it in. You'll find novels, TV shows, and movies as a few examples of historical fiction works. And the way that they can help us when working with historical research is that they can really open up your imagination and get your imagination going for finding various topics and generating good research questions. So it's really helpful in a lot of different ways, and they're definitely valuable resources for historians. So the first concept that we're going to talk about, first research tool, is chronology. For historians, chronology is a hugely important concept, and that's because it helps us place events and people within historical context and with an order that helps us explain a process and a pattern and historical patterns and recognize them and notice them at various times throughout history. So with historical fiction works, you'll also find that authors and creators will create a timeline for their characters. They'll research their lives and the events that they lived through to create a story that flows and that shows the struggles and decision making that they had to work through throughout their lives. So number 2 is historical memory, and historical memory is how we put our take on a historical event. So this can change throughout time. Some people also relate this a lot to historiography, the history of how a topic has been studied and written about. Number 3 is symbolism, and symbolism is important. You'll see artwork reflecting different symbols, you'll see clothing choices, and you'll really see this shown and illustrated in historical fiction movies and TV shows. So the choice of patterns on someone's dress may symbolize a family or ties to a particular event or their role in society. And number 4 is interpretation. Interpretation is super important for historians. When you're writing various historical pieces, you're not just summarizing events. You're adding your own take on what you think occurred with your body of research. In a similar way, historical fiction writers also create their own interpretation within a historical fiction work as well. Number 5, to close it out, is historical lore versus historical authenticity. And the idea behind this is to consider balance between certain aspects of a person and to the whole lore and mythology behind the person and the event. And a lot of what you find and what you read is going to be impacted by that. Not just by the factual events, but by the interpretations, like we mentioned, by other historians and researchers over the years. So historical lore versus historical authenticity is also a factor for historical fiction authors, because they have to consider how historically accurate they want to be while creating an exciting book for people to read. But I also want you to kind of get you started thinking about different ways you can find inspiration by using different works of historical fiction and becoming familiar with various research tools that writers use. So thanks again for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any topics you want to hear me talk about on this channel related to history, please let me know in the comments. And thanks again for listening, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!